Rex Chapman. Now, I guess now officially a TNT analyst, the former NBA great, who joins us now. What was your reaction when people were calling you a homer during the broadcast?
It was the first time I've been called a homer in my life, I think. I always catch so much grief for being, I guess, too impartial. People want me to be more pro-Kentucky all the time, and so I've heard that my whole life. So when people started going, this guy's terrible, it was kind of fun.
As far as the perception of Calipari, our poll question, do you think he's known for being a good coach or good recruiter?
Well, of course he's known for being a good recruiter. That's all anybody says.
Is he a good coach?
Is he? Yeah, he's a good coach. You can't just, no matter how much talent you have, you can't get to Final Fours and win championships without being a good coach. I think that he and John Robick are terrific together. They've been together for years and years. I think they both do a lot of heavy lifting on the sidelines. And I mean, one of Cal's great attributes, I think, is not only with X's and O's. That's not all. Coaching is not all X's and O's, and it's very much communication, and that goes across the board, especially in pro sports. And Cal's a great communicator with his players. I think that's probably his strongest suit as a coach. But getting guys like Alex Poitras, who's a confidence player, he's not always the most confident guy, but when he runs out to midcourt in the middle of a game and hugs the kid, show him how much he loves him and needs him to perform in front of 40,000, 60,000 people, whatever it is. And then Alex dominates the game for the next 6 minutes. That's great coaching.
Well, listen to you being a homer.
That's right.
Talking to Rex Chapman, the unofficial, I guess, TNT analyst, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. What was that atmosphere like in the building?
It was crazy. I'd never been here before. I'd never seen AT&T Stadium. So.
But didn't lose a little bit because it was so massive?
I guess I got to plead the most ridiculous excuse in the world. I was right there beside the court. So
you had a good seat. Yeah. Well, that's where they put the homers. They put them right by the floor.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Right by the floor. But we talked earlier in the year, and it's not that Kentucky didn't have talent. I'm getting killed by Kentucky fans on Twitter saying, "How do you like us now?" And I said,
"I bet I should be too."
I don't back away from anything I said. These kids had talent. They just didn't know how to play the game. They didn't do little things. Why are they doing little things now that they didn't do during the year?
I think in this day and age, and I'm with you. We had the same conversation a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I sat there and said, I don't think there's any way this team can get to a Final Four. I don't think there's any way that they can win a championship. There must have been quite a bit of, people don't want to say it now, but these players are even saying, Cal's even saying now, we're playing for each other. There must have been more selfishness going on during the season than anybody was willing to admit. Had to be, because now you're seeing kids play like you would hope that they would have played all season long, sharing the basketball, moving the basketball, making an extra pass, not caring who puts it in the basket. So, I think there had to have been some of that. And then, we all forget, you've got kids, older kids. I've got kids, 18, 19, 20 years old, Dan. They're kids. And, we in this day and age of one and done, we all seem to be a little overly critical of young kids. And I think they've grown up quite a bit in the last month. I think they've grown up considerably in the last 6 months. All these kids were living at home 6 months ago. So, they're starting to figure it out a little bit. That said, this is a tough game tonight. There's a reason that Michigan State and Florida Florida both played their worst games of the season against UConn because UConn's good.
What is it about that defense that makes it different than anybody else?
UConn's?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're all locked in. I think Kevin Ollie's done a great job. His kids obviously respect him, and he's obviously not just placating them. He's coaching them up hard, and that's a tough balance to find. A guy that kids want to play that hard for, who also like their coach. It's usually one or the other.
It's tough to get kids to play defense, certainly at that age, right? And to say, hey, guys, this is what we're going to be known for, our defense.
Right.
I would have been, I am out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
And you too.
You and me both.
Yeah. Is Napier the best player on the floor tonight?
In my opinion, absolutely. Now, will he be in a month? Maybe not. Will he be in a year? Probably not. But tonight, right now, he's absolutely the best offensive player in the game, most polished, and that's going to be a tough matchup for Kentucky. They all season long with little guards, and you go back, there's been 10 little guards this year who have torched Kentucky because they have a tough time keeping him in front, keeping that quick, small guard in front. And Shabazz Napier they haven't seen a Shabazz Napier this year. And on the big stage, he doesn't shy away from it. He's a terrific offensive player. He gets calls. He's sort of a college version of Allen Iverson, the way he exaggerates contact.
Yeah.
He gets calls, and Kentucky doesn't really have anybody. They do have a little kid named Dominique Wilkins who could possibly match him with quickness, but he's a freshman.
Well, they're all freshmen, Rex.
Yeah, I hear you.
What is the chances of Calipari leaving? Do they increase if he wins?
I don't think so. I think that if he wins, he's golden. Golden in Kentucky. You can't tell John Calipari anything if he wins tonight. Come on.
Wait, but the expectation level is going to be back there next year?
It's there every year.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I thought Calipari was like, man, I am done with the one and dones.
I know. We talked about this just a few weeks ago, Dan. I mean, where does he go? Phil Jackson's not going to hire him in New York. Come on.
But the headlines tomorrow in the New York papers are going to have something to do with Coach Calipari.
Of course they will. I just don't see it. I don't know where he goes, short of saying, sayonara, I'm leaving, not coaching anymore, and I don't think that's happening. So I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Did you run into Ashley Judd at the Final Four?
I haven't seen Ash.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, you call her Ash.
Yeah, it's Ash. She,
Hi, Ash.
Ash.
Ash. So you haven't heard from her since your last appearance on here?
No. No, I've heard from a lot of other people, though.
Well, just letting you know the power of this show.
Thanks, brother.
By the way, you can check out Rex Chapman's new website, irex3.com. As the kids like to say, he keeps it real on there. Don't be too much of a homer tonight. Are you doing the game tonight?
No, I'm there as a fan.
Oh, okay.
As a fan.
All right.
So I'll be sitting watching.
Are you going to have a Kentucky shirt on?
Without a doubt.
Oh, look at you.
Why
don't you wear your Kentucky jersey tonight?
Or my uniform. Wear my uniform.
Can you get in your uniform?
I can get in it. It doesn't look pretty.
Is it going to be like Tommy Boy?
It would look exactly like Tommy Boy.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
All right, go back to bed. Good to talk to you, buddy.
All right, guys.
All right, that's Rex Chapman.